Hello everyone, and welcome along to this part 26 of making this governor for this hit and miss engine. I've had all sorts of problems, as you've seen probably in the previous video, and I decided to completely remake it in a different way altogether, as you've already seen. I blew the flywheel up. I've got another flywheel that I made two at the time, thinking I was going to put one on each side. But I'm not putting one on each side now. I'm putting one on one side, and I'm putting the original magneto, if you want to call it that. It's the generator, the magnetic pickup for the spark plug, and I'm going to put that on the other side. It's still got the keyway and everything, so that's going to go on the other side, and I think that'll be heavy enough for that one flywheel, because it's only 16cc. I'm going to try and make the fingers again, and I'm going to sort of tell you when I get into it and show you how I overcame the problems of making these fingers again. It's crazy really, but it all started off with me a pair of snipe nose pliers and some alloy TIG wire, and coming up with that shape, which is not from Fray Bentos, but you might think so. Without further ado, we'll go over and I'll show you what I actually did and how I ended up with what we're gonna get. Okay. Right, so this part here, I'll stop it for a second. I'm fly cutting this piece of plate. It's 9.5mm, I think. Needs to be 8, and I've drawn a bit of a pattern on the back, which probably don't mean a thing to anybody, but resembles this piece of wire that I've bent. Looks like a can opener, doesn't it? Tin of corned beef, but that's the shape of the little fingers I want to do, and the weight will go on there. They'll rock like that. I tried making them out of brass and bending them. It broke. I tried making them out of some aluminium strip, bending them, and it broke. And the only way I can think of doing it is milling it out of a piece of solid, the actual shape, as opposed to trying to bend it. So that's what I'm on with. I'm using a fly cutter, just taking small cuts at a time. Depth of cut I'm taking is about 0.12-0.125-ish millimetre per cut. the XY feed speed is Ford Mondeo on single speed wipers, whatever that is. Yeah, that's a joke, sort of, but that's what it is. I think that'll be it. Just a bit of a gap there. Right, so I've got these fingers to cut out of this, so I've got to start looking at work holding, etc. So the next time I come in garage, I'll be attacking this and see where we're going to go with it. Basically it's going to be like a shape cut out of that, which I've just sort of shown you, and the ball will be up here and it'll just sort of swing. So I've got two to cut out of it. I'll do one and then just mirror image it. Right. Well, spent most of this evening, Saturday evening, night before Christmas Eve, with my little bit of wire that I bent, bit of TIG, aluminium TIG wire. So from that, I cut these out on the bandsaw. I milled them down to the right size so they'd fit in these slots first, and then machine them to, cut them two on the bandsaw separately, and then I filed them in the vise. So being half at night just filing away, spent more time cleaning the file because you're not the like for picking up aluminium bits. So if we're at right angle to show you, but they're going to end up, they're going to need trimming down, they're too long, but there'll be something like that. Once they're in, they'll be cut down and drilled, and then maybe a domed nut that'll be Loctite so they can rock on the nut, that won't be tight onto it. And of course these will be cut down, and then the little brass balls will go on the ends there, like that. Can't get it to balance like that, so it'll be that one there and one there, which, yeah, I can't balance them on. But little copper balls there, and when it speeds up they'll swing out. Pull the rods, pull the exhaust valve latch. So I haven't really got a great deal done, have I? But it's taken me ages. As I said earlier, I bent some in brass and broke them. I bent some in aluminium and it broke, which I thought it would, because you can't stretch metal that much like that. The only way was either mill it, which it'd have been a right setup just to mill these. So I've taken to the old way, which is using a file, which lots of model engineering guys would have done anyway, is use a file. Why not? Nothing wrong with that at all. I still need a little bit more dressing up, and there's all that inky blue stuff and paint and all sorts that I put on, marking it to get off. But yeah, so the labours, my fruits tonight from that is that, but they're both the same. Got them both the same. So whatever gets cut off one will get cut off the other. So we're getting there. Just thought I'd show that bit. I haven't showed me making them because it'd have been an hour of me just filing on in a vise. You wouldn't have wanted to watch that, I'm sure. Okay, we'll get on to the next bit, whatever that'll be. I suppose I need to cut these down, I suppose, and get the pins drilled. The plan is to put a 2mm pin in. I don't know how I'm going to hold it, but drill these and put a 2mm pin through and through that so it can rock on it. So I've got to pick an area where I think it's going to be right for that. Probably do that first, and then I can put these in and out to show what I'm going to do. And I did say before, and I will be doing that, is these won't encroach into the hole in the middle where the crankshaft comes through. They'll be back probably about there somewhere, which will just leave enough to get a 1.5mm maybe sleeve around there, because I've got to get a thread on it as well, make a sleeve knot. We'll get it, and it don't matter then. The nut can be up here. The nut that's going to be on it could actually be up here with the sleeve down there, so it doesn't encroach on these fingers. It'll work. That bit'll work, I am quite sure. Okay, I'll come back when we've done some more, or while we're doing some more even. Hi again. So it's only a short little video, and at least you can see I was going to make this off camera and just sort of show it at the end, but I thought no, I need to show what I'm doing, because people like to see you actually making something. So we did get there successfully in the end, and we made these little fingers, of which you've seen, but I started to polish them up actually. I mean, that's rubbed up with 400 paper, and that's rubbed up with 1200 paper and polished up. As you can see, you get quite a nice finish. I always said 600 to 800, the human eye can't see past that. Once you get above that and you polish something, you cannot see the marks in it anymore. Anything less, you can actually see the marks. That's just a bit of Solvol by hand that I've done. That's not with my little Dremel, which I will be going over these with the Dremel completely. So the fingers are made, and yeah, you can see they're can openers, but the whole idea is that, you know, once it's done, you've seen it, I've just shown you, but show you again, that we've got a finger like that, and then they're out of space, but a finger like that. Now I might chop them off completely, them tops. I'm not sure yet, but I might cut them off and screw the balls with the 4mm thread directly onto this arm, as opposed to being out here, because they're going to stick out a long way otherwise, and a good chance catching your hand on it when you're firing it up. Okay, just thought I'd show you that. It's a short video, and it's the night before Christmas Eve. It's 11:15 at night. I've been in here most of the evening doing this. So yeah, Christmas. We've got Christmas coming up, and I don't know what you guys are doing, but I mean, we've got my son coming over with his partner for Christmas dinner. So we've got a great big gammon joint to cook, which I don't particularly like. I don't eat the stuff, but they do, and a turkey crown, and lots of vegetables of all sorts, parsnips and carrots and peas and you name it, we've got it. So we're going to have quite a nice session with oven cooking. Bev just bought an air fryer, so we're no shortage of cooking facilities, if you like. We've got a 4-top induction hob, we've got a double oven, microwave, and now a double tower, whatever they call it, air fryer. So I'm sure we'll be able to cook everything. I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas, guys, and a lovely new year. Whether I'll get a video done in between, I don't know. but as I said in a previous video, I'm going to get to a point on here where I'm going to stop, and I know there's a lot of you probably want to see it finish, but there's still a lot of work to do, and I need to get on with this TVR job, because for the spring I want to get out in the car and drive it, and I've all sorts to do on it. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing, setting cameras up in the wheel arches and doing all the little bits and bats that I'm going to do, which I won't know until I actually start and find out what's needed. Hope you enjoyed this little short video, and have a great Christmas, all of you. Thank you for watching.